One, two, one, two. Welcome to Dungeon Punks. I'm Stu Pop, your Dino Master and podcast dad, and this is a very special mini-series here on Dungeon Punks, Escape from Dino Island. And with me, as always, are some of the members of the Dungeon Punks.
Hello, I'm Phil C. Black, and today I will be playing the engineer who is called Laszlo Rubik. He is the grandson of the man who invented the Rubik's Cube.
Hi, I'm Lee Eldridge, and today I'll be playing Chef Banjo Walker, who is a chef hunter who wants to eat a dinosaur.
Does Banjo have a nickname?
Yes, his nickname is Wacko.
Wacko. Benny?
Banji Wacko. I apologies to any Australians out there, but it's going to get interesting, accent-wise.
We also have some wonderful guests with us for this recording, and they are...
I'm Taylor Ramone, and I'm going to be playing Bobbert Hyacinth Jr. II, and I'm the survivor.
Hi, I'm Cheyenne Manning, your friendly neighborhood improviser and cutie. I'm going to be playing Dr. Big John. He's from a long line of paleontologists, and his namesake is of a giant Triceratops skeleton that was sold in a private auction for over $8 million, affectionately nicknamed Big John.
Heck yeah.
Can I ask a question about your character?
Of course.
Is his first name Big?
No, his full name is just Big John. You have to call him Big John.
That's fair. I'm just checking.
He can go by Big, but I think Big John is the full effect.
Because I feel like maybe Banjo might give everyone nicknames.
Yeah,
as
I mean, you're
Australians are
Australian.
wanting to do.
We could do the Newfie nicknames. And
I mean,
do
you
Big
know,
Big.
the classic nicknaming scheme for most Australians that I've encountered in my life of growing up in a ski town. So it'd be Big O, Bobo, and
You can call me
Lazzy.
Lassie. You can also call me Rubes.
Ooh.
When I had red hair, Australians that came into the bar I worked in would call me Bluey, because that makes sense.
No, I see how you get there. You got red hair, but you don't want to call him Reddo because that's too obvious, so you call him Bluey.
Yeah, of course.
It has a sense, a logic in Australian. I can't remember what it was, but there is some logic to it.
So all of you have been invited to a remote island just off of Hawaii by a big genetics corporation called Biogen. You're not quite sure exactly what you're supposed to see here on this event, but you're sort of a test audience, you've been told, for it. Except, of course, for Bobbert, you're the tour guide here. You've been hired by Biogen to just make sure everyone stays safe, which is maybe an odd thing to hire a survivalist for on what seems to be some sort of amusement park, maybe.
I know my way around.
So, we've got a few questions to answer as part of your arrival on the island. We'll start with Phil.
Mm-hmm.
Describe the situation on the island when you first encountered your first dinosaur. Where were you, and what kind of dinosaur was it?
Oh.
You're slowly taking off your sunglasses moment.
Okay, so things are still okay. This is you arrive and everyone is oohing and awing at the beginning until everyone starts screaming.
The theme song is playing.
Yeah.
Dinosaurs are majestically walking.
Yeah. And that theme song sounds like everyone. All right, so everyone that's still listening, Phil, please continue.
Sorry, we couldn't license the actual theme song.
So the situation is, for me, majestic. I spot some big boy dinosaurs walking by. I'm not super familiar with the variations of dinosaurs.
Let's go with Dreadnoughtus, one of the largest dinosaurs to ever exist.
Okay. Is it a...
It's a titanosaur.
Okay.
That doesn't really help any of us.
They're sauropods, so they're the long-necked dinosaurs.
Oh, long-necked, okay.
They are a little more sort of upright than the standard, long-tail, long-neck one.
Yeah. Okay.
How many football fields are we talking here?
Not even a football field.
How
but
many refrigerators?
A lot. They're about... Dreadnoughtus weighs about 80 tons.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I spot this dreadnought, and yeah, this is that, like you mentioned, sunglasses off, hot damn moment, as this majestic beast kind of strolls past the rolling hills of this island. However, I'm going to say Laszlo, keen-eyed and observant of various infrastructure. I'm a little bit concerned by the integrity of some of the tech on this island. Just, walking through the first few checkpoints, I'm just like, could be better.
Yeah, it almost looks like it was made in the 90s. Leigh, or rather, Wako.
You can just call me Banjo. It's cool. We're friends.
Never. How did you feel when you saw a real living dinosaur?
That's a lot of meat. I could eat that. That's the thoughts. As an internationally renowned celebrity chef, Banjo has seen a lot of animals, eaten a lot of animals, been on a lot of I feel like he is very at home in this kind of situation. He's been on safaris. He's that kind of guy.
Done a walkabout.
Yeah. And so he's not he's amazed, but not in the way that somebody who doesn't have a huge ego would be.
Got it. This isn't making him feel smaller. And,
no, this is just making him feel hungry.
Yeah. Okay.
Look at all that potential.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Big John, you are a dinosaur expert. So what was one uncanny thing about the dinosaur, perhaps, that you were not expecting to see?
I'd probably say it was their size. There's something about seeing it in person that just hits way harder than I expected, because the human imagination is only so vast. I feel so small. I feel a little emotional.
It's like,
It's a lot.
What if a big blue whale was walking on land?
It's a lot.
All right. And Bobert, sorry.
Yeah. Get it right.
Bobert.
What was one oddly familiar thing about the dinosaur?
Oh, that dinosaur had a scar over its eye. And I know that dinosaur. That's Angry Myrtle. And you do not fuck with Angry Myrtle. I've tussled with Angry Myrtle before. You barely survive that. So I have a vendetta against
Angry Myrtle.
Angry Myrtle and many other dinosaurs on this island.
Angry Myrtle is your white whale.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're Moby
She's a big white.
I love that you named it Myrtle, because the thing I was going to describe next was that it was going to see another one and they were going to do the males fighting thing.
Yeah, but whatever. My name's Bobert and I'm a woman. So people can be named any sort of thing.
Hey, we don't know what Myrtle feels on the inside.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
Transgender dinosaur.
yeah. Okay, so then you had this beautiful moment. You saw these dinosaurs. They do move in herds. You get sort of set in. You sort of given the rundown. Oh, you're here to test drive the park. They want you to see what you think of this dinosaur safari park that they're creating here, which has not had a name, but that's stuck in branding and probably won't be decided until right before they open, or at least until close to opening, when they have to do a rush order on all of the signage. That one's just for all the graphic designers in this group.
I was just about to say they'll probably do a refresh in 2 years.
Yeah.
Flintstone Village.
So you went out on a tour, and something went wrong soon afterwards. So, Phil, what was your first hint that something was off?
As we're on our tour, I'm trying to relax, hardworking. I'm wearing my Hawaiian shirt. I got my cargo shorts with my fanny pack. If you're allowed to drink, I'm trying to drink.
Yeah, I feel like they've got little in the whatever vehicle you're traveling. There is a little fridge there that's got little custom cocktails that are all themed.
I'm drinking basic man beer, like Coors Light or something. And
Are you wearing
it's branded to the park, so it's probably Leopleurodon lager.
Are you wearing a tropical bucket hat?
yeah, with
Okay.
the little white
Zinc.
sunscreen on the nose.
Perfect.
We're bringing zinc back, guys.
And I notice, there's supposed to be some electrical fencing, and I notice a small critter, maybe a bird, just land on one of the fences and not get zapped.
Very interesting. Wako, what did you instinctively look to and why?
The underbrush that I can see. If there's any broken twigs or things that look out of place, bruised leaves. Looking for signs.
Okay. Yeah, I think you probably notice a few broken sticks and maybe a 3-toed footprint where it shouldn't be. Could be a bird.
That's a
The
big
tickle
bird.
birds are dinosaurs, so it'd still be a dinosaur footprint.
Maybe it's an emu. My mortal enemy. Maybe that's why.
Emmanuel, no. Emmanuel. Don't.
That's why Chef Banjo Walker wants to eat a dinosaur. Because of the ancestral war with the emus that the Australians lost.
Ancestral. I love it. Yeah.
Big John,
There was an emu war. And
I
people
know.
lost.
what is Big John? What is your personal worst case scenario here?
I get fired from my job. I'm unemployed. I can
Okay, if you're eaten by a dinosaur, that'd be cool. Just don't want to get fired.
No, I would love to personally be eaten by a dinosaur. I think it would be a great experience. Obviously, I wouldn't be able to report to it from the afterlife, but I think I'd enjoy it thoroughly. I'd want to know what the teeth feel like.
Good way to go.
Yeah. Vicious.
If you gotta go.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Okay, Bobert.
Yes.
What made you realize you were in serious trouble?
Oh. Maybe I noticed some large scratches in that same fence trying to break through and maybe like a crack.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm still talking with the southern accent. It's just happening now. This is my voice now.
Yeah, I could see if it's like more rigid cabling, like they could be deformed, like something wriggled and pushed its way through.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay.
I don't like the looks of that over there.
Where are you now? Do we can roll for this? Is this a D6 roll, or we can decide? What would you rather do? Want to go for some randomness here?
I don't mind randomness.
Let's do random.
Yeah, let's do
All
random.
right, Phil, why don't you roll me a D6?
4.
You are on a monorail high above the jungle, so you've been traveling on a like slow moving like monorail thing.
What a monorail.
And I think it's probably
Monorail.
stopped is what's happened. Is some of the power's gone out now. After you've like noticed these things, you kind of haven't been able to get off, and now it's like cuckoo, stopped.
Never trust monorail.
Lee, roll for me so that you know of one way off this island, though there might be more. What is it? Roll a D6.
2.
There is a smuggler's hidden prop plane, which I feel like you know because you're planning on smuggling dinosaur meat off this island.
Yeah, do you know what this meat goes for on the black market? I don't yet, but we're going to find out.
Find out, yep.
All right, Cheyenne, you're going to roll for one of the obstacles, and that one is both these obstacles have to do with why you can't just leave immediately. So the first one is there's a problem.
4.
You can't leave without completing your mission because you're so worried about being fired. You need to see all aspects of this park.
Got to do the full inspection. Brought my clipboard and everything.
Yeah, you need to hand in that inspection at the end of this. So I'm just going to make a note that is one of the you need to complete inspection.
Gotta inspect each and every day.
Top to bottom, tail to toe.
Yeah.
And Bobert, there is also a mystery that needs solving.
Okay.
Roll a D6. Let me know what you got.
I'll use my coveted puke dice. Uno.
You've all lost contact with the outside world, and you don't know why.
Uh-oh.
So we're stuck in a monorail.
Does anyone have any reception?
Yeah, Chef Banjo Walker is just sitting there like tapping his iPhone, like shaking it, trying to be like, but how do I check Instagram?
You're not gonna get any reception out these ways. We don't have them fancy satellites. You need one of these satellite phones. And I pull it out and it's broken.
Did you sit on it?
Oh shit. Dinosaur must have gotten into this one.
All right, so your first issue here is you got to get off this monorail, get down into the park to try and move your way through it. The prop plane is on the other side of the park, so you can probably complete your survey on the way. See as many dinosaurs as you can. That sounds safe.
Well,
And hopefully pick up some clues about what's going on.
get some dinosaur meat.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm doing the southern
Yeah,
accent.
it's
We're all-
contagious.
we're just all
we all
Southern.
just have a southern
Yeah.
accent now.
Shit.
Big John wants to run to the window really quick and get a good view of any of the dinosaurs that are down below real quick before checking for safety or danger.
Yeah, I also might want to just check, like, how high up are we?
You're high enough up that you can't just like jump down safely, so you got to figure out a way down.
Thought, could we not get out of the monorail and walk on the tracks?
Yeah, is there like a little ladder, like a fire escape kind of thing?
That seems, or like climb up the. Is there a hatch in the ceiling?
There must be.
There's probably a hatch on the ceiling. The monorail is very thin, so it'd be a bit of a precarious walk because it is a single rail.
Yeah.
I don't feel comfortable doing that. Is there like an emergency kit or something with like a rope ladder?
Sure, yeah, there's probably some sort of like ladder you can lower here if you can find it. It's probably like hidden, so they don't want to like alert the guests. It's very like Disney sort of like.
And I start checking under seats and
Can I
tapping the
use one
walls.
of my abilities?
Yeah.
Been around the block? When somebody mentions a specific location, oh damn, specific location, I've been there. Damn, I was gonna use that to be like, I know where this is. I'm hired to be here, and then grab it.
I think that's reasonable enough to use that. You were hired. You would know. Hopefully they would have told you where the like safety kit is.
So yeah, I rummage around and there's like a latch under one of the seats, and I grab the safety kit. Probably has some flares and stuff in it.
Got a couple flares. Whether they work or not, they might be out of date. Who knows? That could be a hard move I could use later. But there is a like ladder that can latch to one of the windows, so you have to like pop out one of the emergency windows, and it just kind of tumbles down into the jungle below. Latch on this ladder and unfurl it.
I'm gonna use I've decided I have a machete because that makes sense. I'm gonna machete triangle like into the crack and triangle, wiggle it out.
Yeah, the window pops out. It's designed to pop out the emergency window.
But I needed to use my machete, so it looked really cool.
Yeah, Big John's impressed thoroughly.
Yeah.
If anyone isn't impressed, it is because there are like bright red handles to pull.
Pull here.
Bobert's just like wiggling it and like lifting a handle and like, oh yeah, it's definitely the machete that's doing it.
All right. So yeah, you've popped the window, you unfurl the ladder, you can start climbing down.
Oh boy, that's high.
Luckily, it's a ladder, so I feel like everyone can do it. Unless you really want to roll for it, Phil, if you really want to play into the not great at this stuff.
I mean, if anybody has a -1 to steady or fit.
I have -1 to fit.
Oh, yeah. -1 to fit,
I have
too.
-1 to steady. So I'm fit, but I'm a little bit...
All right, give me...
I'm not super cool. Like, as soon as I'm leaning over, I'm looking
see what
at...
the basic moves are. I got to see what I can ask
I
you
switched
to roll.
my stats, so I'm now more steady than clever.
Yeah, cool.
Because I figured with the kind of ego and arrogance this guy has, he's like, I can do it. I don't care.
I can do anything.
All right, you're going to give me a just do it roll here, Phil, which is just roll plus steady. So with a -1.
Oh, nice.
9. So I think
You did slip a little bit, so it's the tense moment where you slip, but you like loop your arm under and you're kind of dangling.
Your hands
a
are
bit,
sweaty.
Yeah, I'm starting to get
sweaty.
really sweaty. I'm like a stocky man, and I'm like making my way down. I'm just sweating. Take a moment to just kind of shake a little bit on the on the rope. But.
Waco tells you a really annoying story about going ziplining in Costa Rica as you're doing this.
Yeah, and Banjo is below you, going very slow.
Yeah.
And pausing for dramatic like interludes. Yeah.
to talk to you.
I think Bobert went first and is probably like at the bottom already. Like, come on, you lily livers, let's go. Gotta get down here.
All right.
Get off that damn ladder. It's rickety as hell.
It's not any worse than when I went ziplining in Costa Rica. The trees were even taller than this. And then I ate a sloth.
Uh-huh.
You're not supposed to. They tell you not to, but I know a guy.
Was it pretty gamey?
Yeah.
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 I imagine.
It tastes kind of green, actually.
green.
Yeah.
So your
didn't know you could taste
conversation
color.
is a little bit interrupted as you hear like some crunching through the sort of like a slow crunching through the jungle.
Is anybody eating trail mix?
Some sort of like low, sort of like moaning, rumbly, like moaning sort of dinosaur sounds.
What's that?
Can I use my dinosaur expert to see if I recognize the moans?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Big John's ears perk up, tips his hat up.
Ooh, wow.
14.
All right. So what does it say you can do on a
On a +10, I can ask 3 questions.
ask away?
So let's see. What are its moves?
It has the ability to charge and gore.
That's fun.
Okay.
It can graze. It's fairly quick in short distances.
Okay. What's its weakness?
Its weakness is it doesn't have much protection beyond its large frill and horns on its face area.
And then what size pack does it travel in?
Quite a large one. In fact, you could, as you sort of are figuring this out, you're sort of spotting through the jungle. You can see the sort of head of this Triceratops, and then you can see more as a full pack. Probably about a herd of about 50 Triceratops just sort of moving through the jungle. I'd say both Bobert, having encountered this before from working here, and Big John would know that they're very much like cows or like livestock. So they're calm, but they do startle easily because they're a prey species, basically. But they are huge. This is like giant walking tanks. They're just kind of moving past you.
Okay, everybody, we're going to walk real slow and try not to make any jerking movements or anything like this. And we're going to, should we hide, maybe? Hunker down?
You should probably Banjo is reaching back.
No, Banjo. Banjo, there's a whole herd of them. If we piss off one of them, we piss off all of them.
You make a fair point. you make a fair point. I'm Irish now.
Irish, yeah.
We're all Irish now.
No,
Okay.
you're not.
Actually, partly, but no, not Irish right now. So Banjo stops reaching for the hunting bow strapped to his back and says something about how it would be too far to carry to the plane anyway.
So you're really hardcore with your bow.
Well, the options were tranquilizer rifle or hunting bow, and I want to kill it and eat it, so I don't just want to tranquilize it.
Okay.
Yeah, those tranks would mess up the taste for sure.
Yeah, if like hunting rifle or like submachine gun was on here.
I'm
would be
very
sick.
curious about how you would have been planning to move a several ton triceratops on your own across an island.
Not thinking that far
You just
ahead.
need a little
fair.
taste. You just
Yeah.
cut it a
So
little.
Yeah, triceratops.
do y'all want to try and hide? Is that your plan here?
Sashimi.
Yeah, let's hide.
I think, Laszlo's up to just hunker down and watch the herd go by.
Okay. So we're gonna roll a hide check. So who has the lowest clever?
I think we're all the same.
I am
Oh, no, you are
plus
now.
1. I changed it.
Yeah, so you roll.
Okay. So you roll for the group because you're doing this as a group. You are in the worst position because you are the least clever.
Instead of hide, would lay of the land work? And you and a companion take a quiet moment to get a good vantage point and orient yourself?
No, because this is technically a peril move.
Ah, okay.
We're not in a safe zone.
So that is 10.
All right, you successfully did. You all sort of managed to hunker down sort of next to a large tree and the roots a little bit, and you just sort of watch as these majestic creatures sort of amble past you, eating and moving.
Okay.
Oh, yes, the land cow.
The land cow.
Definitely
The count
farting
of the
too.
sea.
Big John takes a deep breath while the triceratops are going by. Just gotta take it all in.
Banjo starts to reach back as he sees a smaller baby size one and thinks better.
Yeah, they would definitely be in the very middle of the whole herd. So.
Yeah. Remember, we're trying to not piss off the dinosaurs in here. I'm sure you can find something to kill and eat if that's what your prerogative is, but let's not die in the middle of trying.
Yeah, you might be able to find a good carcass, some leftovers.
Do we... Is
This, this accent is tripping me up. I'm just going to talk. You can hear an Australian accent if you want to.
do we still have a good portion of the day left?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, this
okay.
happened probably like midday. So you've got, imagine this is a summertime thing. So
Cool,
you've
cool.
got several hours left.
All right.
Yeah.
So now that we're on the ground, the dinosaurs have cooled off a bit.
You're less sweaty.
Less sweaty.
Way less sweaty.
I mean, we're in a tropical environment. You're probably astoundingly sweaty if you're
Yeah.
a slightly portly man of not
Even if
great
you're a
shape.
small, even if you were a small woman, you
Yeah.
would
Yeah.
be sweaty. I actually have been to Costa Rica, and I was so sweaty.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still so sweaty, and I live in Vancouver. I'm just like all the
exactly
time.
same.
Yeah, just anxiety,
sweaty right
sweats,
now.
Yeah.
stress.
I'm not more sweaty than normal. than is expected.
Regular amount of sweaty. No hyperhidrosis going on here.
Samuel, will you follow? Close behind to taking the time. Not full grown in the unknown. But I will be a teacher in the you have seen the world pass on. Even when you have seen the world pass on.
Okay, so we're trying to get to that plane, or are we trying to get back to...
Well, you got to figure out why you lost contact with the outside world, because you need to log a flight plan if you're going to fly in safely.
Is there a tower we can locate? Maybe there's like a central...
Oh, yeah, there should
communications?
be a communications tower or something around here.
Should we find a lookout point?
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
guessing that would be a lookout point with some sort of radio in it.
Yeah, and also
we-
those of you that have been hired also need to complete your inspection. So
Yeah.
Should we follow the tracks, the monorail tracks, even if we're not going to walk on them? They might go somewhere.
I mean, we could just follow it back.
Where
now
would
that
we...
you're in the jungle, it's actually hard to see them because they're above the jungle cover right now.
Gotcha.
But you could attempt a lay of the land now that you're in a safe place that the dinosaurs have passed.
I could use my bin around the block when somebody mentions a specific location on the island for the first time. So if we're like looking for a lookout tower, I should probably know where that is.
You know where it is. You've been there before, but you still need to orient yourself so you can. So yes, there is a lookout tower that you could get to, but you got to figure out how to get there.
Does anyone know the direction?
I'm gonna climb up a tree.
Okay, so
I'm gonna attempt to climb up a tree.
we can do the lay of the land move, which is
Okay.
you get a good vantage point and orient yourself. So what that involves is, Bovert, I need you to tell a story, probably about something on that, maybe related to your time, the last time you were at the lookout tower, and then you roll clever.
Okay. So last time I was at that lookout tower, it was me and Sneaky Simon, and we were getting a little bit frisky, so I know exactly where it is. And so just let me get up in this tree here, and I can orient us, because that's the tower that we all did the makeouts in. Just so you know,
Makeout tower.
Make that point.
Romantic.
Well, sometimes you're on the island a little bit too long, and you gotta get your makeouts on.
I mean, people are stuck here for 2 years if they're working here.
Yeah,
so,
you gotta find places to get away. I mean, the bunks that kind of have us living in, not great. Not a lot of privacy, so we got the makeout tower. That's not so bad. Nobody really goes up there, so.
All right, give me a roll.
I got a 13.
Okay, so I will tell you about 2 landmarks, one natural, one man-made. The man-made one will be the lookout tower. The tower is here on the map. You're up here. This is where the monorail part is that you're on. There's the lookout tower.
Okay.
Which is, so it's southeast of you in the direction of where that plane is supposed to be, according to Waco. There's also the big old volcano, supposedly not super active, but we are in the Hawaiian Islands, so
Yep.
could be.
Fortunately, we're walking the other direction.
You're walking
Yeah.
away from it right now, so that is good. Yeah, you didn't discover an imminent peril, so discovering the volcano, probably not a problem.
But at least with the volcano, you can orient yourself. It's on like the northwest of the island.
Yeah.
So you're like, okay, we have to go
Exactly.
southeast. So yeah, I get up in a tree. I clamber up there, and I go look around. I know where we are. Okay, clamber back down. So everybody, the lookout tower is in this direction. So follow me. And I start like macheting my way through like the bush, even though there's kind of a clear path already.
It's about like 20K to the southeast.
It's nothing. Sorry.
Hey, your bag.
It's just gonna.
I can't do an Australian accent
It's
either.
gonna
so.
bounce around the world.
Yeah.
Now it's fine.
Okay. Well, it might take us a good portion of the day to get there, but
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you start walking. You're cutting your way through the jungle. Probably about like an hour or 2 pass. You're just sort of telling stories and walking. Sometimes you get into that like it's been an hour. Everyone's just kind of quiet and walking as it happens.
It's sweaty. People are
Yep.
drinking their canteens.
You come to a little ravine with a creek kind of running down the bottom of it, and you can see one of the like service jeeps is down at the bottom of the ravine.
Oh, that's not supposed to be there.
Does it look
Salvageable?
bad?
One of the doors is open, just hanging open.
Should we go take a look?
Big John's gonna yell and be like, hey,
There's
someone
Anybody
around-
there?
Yeah, anyone
Supplies?
around? Hello?
y'all okay?
No response.
Oh, whatever. For finders
Yeah.
keepers?
I guess I clamber down the ravine and take a look at this jeep.
Yeah, the
Cover you with my bow.
Yeah.
the inside of the
blood?
Jeep, there is definitely like a blood splatter.
Oh, that seems normal and fine. Well,
And it's one of those Jeeps that has the like plastic window, like roof and top, and that's shredded in places.
yeah. Looks like somebody got ate here.
So
So
casual about it.
yeah, just like somebody did get at here. So I mean, but like, do I check the Jeep and see if it's like at all usable?
Yeah, pop the hood.
And we got an engineer, so
It right now is you pop the hood, like a bunch of like steam and stuff comes out.
so this happened recently.
It looks like it's been overheated. Yeah,
Yeah,
blood is still fresh for sure.
I like
Yeah,
it.
Big
And
John.
go, oh yeah, fresh blood. That's definitely not ketchup.
This is a normal occurrence in this island.
Oh yeah, there's dinosaurs, so you got to be careful. I don't know why they picked the like plastic sides for the Jeep. That just doesn't make any sense to me. Seems like a bad call, but you know, I just work here.
I guess it got to cut corners somewhere.
Yeah.
Can I examine the like bite and claw marks on the Jeep?
For sure. Do you have a move specific to that?
Yeah, it's called Tracker, and you can figure out which animals have been here recently. Though you might not know the exact dinosaur species and the size of their group.
Okay. Yeah. Give me a roll.
Okay. That is 10.
What does 10 give you specifically?
Ask 3 questions. So, where did the animals come from?
Yes, you're looking around. It looks like the animals came at this Jeep from multiple directions.
Oh, they're hunting in a pack.
Fuck this Jeep. Fuck this one Jeep. in
Where did they head afterwards? Where are they headed?
Yeah, you can see what looks sort of like a deep trough, not super deep, but a trough sort of in the mud leading out from the driver's side door. Looks like, and a bunch of footprints around. It looks like a couple of these animals dragged the person that was inside out of the Jeep and into the underbrush.
How did they open the doors?
Clever girls. What else nearby should I know about that might not be obvious?
While you're looking around, you do find a little thumb drive.
Ooh. Anybody got anything I can plug this into?
Maybe when we get to the watchtower, we could put it in there.
All right. I put it in my pocket.
Okay.
Did they? I guess they weren't after the date. They accidentally went away there. I guess they weren't after what was on that thumb drive. Couldn't eat it.
Not edible.
I'm going to take a look at the engine and try to get this car running. I think.
Yeah, as you go around, you can see it actually has like impacted something and it's
okay.
dented in a little bit. It's probably not going to run.
Is there any possible way I could jury rig something up, or is it just too trashed?
I'm going to say it's too trashed right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if there's any extra supplies that in the Jeep.
Mm-hmm. It's a good idea.
Yeah,
First aid kit.
You can give me a scavenge roll.
Yeah.
So you got to tell another story while you're digging through the Jeep.
Oh,
and
boy.
roll clever again.
Not great. So it's just a big old 8.
A big ol'
Didn't
8.
fail.
So what's this? Tell your story. Well,
Oh yeah. So me and Slipper Simon were up in the watchtower. Sometimes you need some cushioning, so I know there's going to be at least a first aid kit in there, but might as well check in the Jeep just to see if there's one, just in case, because you know we need more supplies, even if there's rations or any sort of food that wasn't a human being ate by a dinosaur.
all right. So you do find first aid. It looks like something kind of dug through the first aid kit and scattered a bit, but a lot of stuff is still there. You got a couple bandages and things. But because you were intent on telling the story, you were doing this like while you were in the rummage through the back of the Jeep, and you were kind of shouting a bit to get so everyone could hear.
Yeah.
Because on an 8, you find something handy but make a lot of noise. You personally can pretend no dinosaurs heard you if you want.
Yeah.
I was just reading that. I'm like, oh, good. Doesn't mean they didn't.
I talk loudly about my makeout conquests.
I'm
very proud of
I think everyone sort of from the bushes in the direction that the body was pulled, you just hear like a little
Everybody hear that?
Yeah.
followed by a bit of a like.
Okay. Now I get the hunting bow out.
Yeah, now I think is a good time for
Yeah,
that.
permission to shoot.
What's your plan? That was my move, is alert that there is a dinosaur around.
Could I do another dinosaur expert check to maybe creep up a little bit and see if I can get a little view or possibly examine the track?
Don't get too close.
Okay.
Make that roll.
Yeah, I will quietly go up and see if I can get a little look. Maybe see if there's better tracks I can check out.
Oh.
Ooh, bed. Oh, that's actually going to be a 7.
A 7.
Not
So that
great.
is still a success. So you can ask one of the questions.
I think I know what its drive is. It wants to eat. What is its weakness?
One-on-one with a human, it'd be too small. So a single one of these creatures, it's like a smaller dinosaur. You don't have quite a good idea of exactly what it is.
Big John eyes Banjo and says, "You'd have a chance."
It's a carnivore. It's a smaller carnivore. One-on-one that you guys could beat it up.
So we hope that there's only one of them.
Yeah.
Or maximum 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think actually it's going to move. So it moves out of the bushes a little bit, the one in front of you. And you can see it is a velociraptor, but an actual velociraptor. So it's
Turkey
about
size?
3 feet tall.
Big turkey.
A big turkey, fully covered in feathers.
That's a big turkey.
Yeah, it's just covered in sort of black and red feathers, and it's moving out, and it's bringing its arms up in a display in front of you, really ruffling its feathers out. Kind of, it's given that goose standing up really tall when you try and walk past one on the beach energy.
Hissing at you.
And it does let out a bit of a hiss.
Can I shoot
I
it?
I panic and I just yell at it.
Oh, God.
Okay, so 2 things are happening at once. First, Big John is going to shoot it, which I think is just...
No, Banjo's going to shoot
Sorry,
it.
Banjo's going to shoot it, which I believe is just a fight roll.
+1 if you have a weapon, which I do.
I mean, that's still...
8.
8?
Yeah, I guess that's still a hit.
What does a fight do on an 8?
On a hit, you buy a precious moment for someone to help you. On a 7 to 9, also choose 1.
Okay.
So either you aren't injured or you injure the enemy. I'm going to choose you injure the enemy. The DM decides how.
Okay. You injure it, you shoot it, and right into the flank with the arrow, and it wheels on you because it was focused on Big John at first. Wheels on you, and you're pretty close because you snuck out, and it almost uses its tail to balance it, lash up, and kicks out with its feet, and you are injured, which is somewhere on your sheet. You can mark an injury.
Dino damage.
Dino damage, yeah. So you've been slashed. You have a laceration across the arm, I think.
I've treated. Okay.
As it gets you with one of its hooked claws, which slashes down.
You want to play Knifesy Foxy?
And at this point,
Making things up
2
now.
more come out of the bushes as well, also making the threat display.
Yeah, so that's when I'm going to start yelling.
Okay.
And just trying to make noise to try to
pretend
scare
it's
them
a
all.
bear. Hey, bear. You're a bear.
I was going to say,
No, more like a threat.
yeah.
Yell.
Oh.
Scare it off.
I'm
All
going
right. So this is a look over there move.
Okay.
So you roll plus clever.
That is 10.
All right. You have drawn the attention. So you're doing that and throwing rocks, and they're kind of a bit looking at you, but then they hear the rocks hit something, and they look over there, which gives Wako time to move out of the situation.
Right. And I should do that, probably.
What are you doing? Yeah.
I do back up, but I also pull out my hunting knife.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wave it around a little bit.
So you are all still in this situation. All of you are kind of away from them thanks to the distraction from Laszlo.
Mm-hmm.
How do you still need to extricate yourself from this somehow?
Do we want to run, guys?
Most predators, if you run, will chase you. So I don't think we should run. I got chased by a bear once and a lion.
You gotta slow walk backwards.
So we're just going to fight off these freaky turkeys or what?
Duke it out.
One thing we could do is try and make ourselves real big. Let's see what they're doing. They're like, I'm real big. And then we could go, but I'm bigger. And do a big threat thing that way. Try and scare them off.
Laszlo, wave your hat at them.
All right, and I just start...
I'm Kiwi now.
Yeah,
Laszlo?
So yeah, I'm just going to try to start scaring them off and making kind of threat yells and waving and yelling.
Do you have a specific move that would do that?
No.
That sounds like another look over.
It's not really a look over there, though, because he's just trying to scare them.
It's intimidate. It's almost like a fight roll, but you don't have any weapons.
Yeah. Because I know in the geese, they do that. If you get big and then you hiss back at them, they're like, what the hell? I wasn't expecting that. I was the big bird around here. But I'm the bigger bird.
The bigger goose.
I'm the bigger silly goose around here.
You are a
so-
horrible goose.
Based on the actual move options, I think you do this and they don't back down because it's
okay.
just not a scare the dinosaurs option
Yeah.
Damn it.
of the moves. So you start making yourself big. Like I'd say I'll give some free knowledge though to Big John. This is because they're not hunting you. They're trying to protect their kill.
Their kill. Yeah.
They think you're here to like steal their food.
So we should back away slowly.
Yeah, this is almost like a bluff charge. We just need to back off slowly. Make eye contact, everyone. Pick a
Eye contact?
Pick a dinosaur. Pick a raptor. Make eye contact. Not with each other.
But it's not one of those situations where it thinks it's a threat if you look at it right in the eyes.
So I think in this case, to back away slowly, I think that still counts as a run. So whoever is the least fit
Ooh, that me.
can make a roll here.
Yeah,
I'm
I've
also
been
minus one, but I think
Yeah.
none of us are
Do
fit.
we each roll one for if we're both tied?
I'd say let's give it to Big John. You were the closest. Or actually, who is in the worst position? I think it's probably Banjo because you've already been injured.
Okay.
Nice.
That is still an 8.
You are able to move. You can choose one of these. Either you get to a new location but you're still being pursued, or you escape the threat into a new perilous situation.
No peril, no.
You did piss them off.
We did kind of piss them off.
Oh, no, I meant you pissed them
me?
off.
Yes, I did. I tend to do that.
Yeah.
Maybe it was the eye contact too. Maybe now they're hooked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're still being pursued.
Okay.
Okay.
Moving
So
slowly
you're
backwards,
moving slowly
but
away.
they're a little more territorial than we thought.
You're like you get up out of the ravine. You can see that there's like maybe just a little like service shack that you're moving to. But as you're moving, I think Banjo literally does the like points at his eyes, points at their eyes, and they're starting to like
I'm
move away. And when
watching
you do
you.
that, like it snaps its head, and like you definitely get the like, oh, this thing is smart because it just recognized like a full challenge thing.
Yeah,
and
a
it stops
taunt,
doing the
too.
like scaring you threat display, and it like chirps at you a little bit, and you see the other ones kind of disappear off into the bush. You don't get a sense that they ran away, and it starts like slowly moving towards you, kind of doing like creepy bird like head movement thing that is like making sure it's your position.
Everybody back to back. Get in a circle.
That was a classic textbook display of a territorial shift into predatory, folks.
However,
being
are we
hunted.
in a new environment though?
Big
now?
John's making notes.
Yeah, just like,
It's confirming a lot of theories I have right now.
If we get back to back, they can't get behind us.
That is true. So I got.
They say on the line, can't get behind us. One of them leaps up onto the shed behind you and lets out a like little hissing chirp thing.
I pull out my machete.
So you said there was a shed?
There is a shed, and on top of that shed is one of the velociraptors.
Okay.
So you're now flanked. One's in front of you, one's behind you.
Yeah, not great.
And there is at least one more that you don't know where they are.
I wouldn't mind getting into that shed, taking cover. Can I try to, I'm going to see if this works again. I'm going to go, look over there. And I throw another trinket item from my,
Your flask.
you just have a bunch of gears in your pocket.
I have a toolkit. So
A
I just
Rubik's
have like,
Cube.
You break
Okay.
it apart into little pieces.
So you can do that roll clever, but because of this dinosaur, because they're unnaturally smart, they're probably smarter than
Okay.
they should be. I'm going to give you a -1, so you're only getting a +1 to your clever because you're doing the same thing you've already done.
that makes sense.
And they've learned.
They're learning.
Oh.
So 7 + 1, so 8.
You have bought enough time for your friends to run to the shed because you have drawn all the attention on yourself, as both the one behind you, it like leaps off and starts, they're like running in your direction now. They've now fully committed to you, and you also hear a hiss from the woods like off to your left.
Okay.
You've drawn all the attention onto yourself, but everyone else is safe and gets to the shed.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn it.
I'm behind them.
I
can
wanted to do
shoot
the
one.
other way.
You wanted to get away.
I wanted to get away.
I'm trying to grab Laszlo as we're running.
He's just fully separated from you. It's right based on how this works. He's separated out from you now.
Shit.
They've like herded him away, which means I'm gonna get Laszlo to figure out. So you've got to make a move here to get away from them, or they are going to attack you.
Okay. Me jury rigging things does not help with anything.
So you're gonna have to. I think you're either gonna have to try and like power through them, like
Yeah.
knock them aside with hold on to your butt, or you're gonna need to fight them off.
Do you have any weapons?
No. I have a screwdriver.
That's a weapon.
I mean, anything could be a weapon, but I don't have a weapon that's intended to be a weapon.
Optionally, someone else could do the take my hand move, which is try and help you out of your situation.
Yeah, I could do that.
That's kind of what
Sorry, I had
Bobert was.
Take my hand.
If this is like you're trying to like grab him and pull him, I think this is going to be a fit roll. So roll plus fit.
Shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Because otherwise, if this fails, I'm going to hold on to my butt.
Oh, well, it does fail. So it's going to be a 4.
All right, so you've made the situation worse for both of you. You run up to him to grab him, and then you realize you're both surrounded now. So there's now 6 have come out, and you're like fully surrounded by these things.
I got my machete, though.
Oh,
But
shit.
you got your machete. The other 2
And
are
a
still...
terrible stench is a part of my gear.
Oh, I didn't get any extra gear. I didn't think about that.
Is there extra gear?
No, I think...
You just made up some stuff.
Oh, you just made up some stuff.
Yeah. No, that's on my sheet already.
Oh, okay.
I didn't make that up. I stink real bad. Got a natural musk.
I'm just gonna power. I just
It's
go
hot
into
here.
like big bear mode and then just start like flailing and using my sheer physicality to try to like
Okay.
throw them off of me.
Punch a raptor.
You
Yeah.
just like windmill. All right.
So I think in this
Don't
case,
come near
this is a fight roll. You're fighting for your life. So no bonus unless you have a weapon. You don't have a weapon, I don't think.
Oh, I was trying to hold on to my butt.
Yeah, I just looking at hold on to your butt. I think this fight makes more sense in this
Okay.
case. Yeah.
So sorry, what am I
You're
rolling?
rolling 2d6. You get a +1 if you have a weapon. If you don't,
Is a
you
screwdriver
just
a
flail
weapon?
it. If you have a screwdriver, I think that probably works as a weapon, at least against something as small as a velociraptor.
Yeah.
I mean, there are big screwdrivers. Once, this is a weird story, my grandma got robbed at a gas station she was working at with a big screwdriver. So,
can
Yeah,
stab
I mean,
somebody.
Be pretty threatening.
You could
Yeah.
easily hurt someone.
Yeah,
with it.
I accept
Yeah.
that as a weapon
Okay.
for sure.
So then I add a +1.
You had a +1.
7.
So
just barely.
Either you injure the enemy
hmm
or you aren't injured.
I'm gonna say I'm not injured.
So you don't hurt them, but you manage to like
Yeah,
I'm swinging that wildly. You manage to get through, and you also get to the shed,
Okay.
which someone opens the door, you slam shut, but Bobert still has to get out.
Oh,
You've been
no.
abandoned.
Oh,
Feels like a
shit.
very Jurassic Park movie move. I'm like, I'm here to help you, and Laszlo just runs away, swinging up. You're surrounded by 6 raptors.
Oh,
Bobert.
fuck. Not again. Must be Monday. So
You're doing the Chris Pratt handout thing right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Maybe you know them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Crisp rat. No thanks. What should I roll? I guess I could fight or I could run. That's a plus fit. I could fight, but these are 6 of these guys against me.
While Teller's making the move, can I do an investigation of the shed to see if there's anything I can use to help Bobert? Because I do not have a weapon. I have excavation tools, aka tiny brushes and little shovels.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can in the shed. You can tell a hurried story here as you're scavenging.
Okay. How I fell in love with dinosaurs was that when I was a kid, my parents buried a chicken carcass in the backyard and asked me to go dig around and explore and practice. And I thought I found a real dinosaur.
Spoilers: you did find a real dinosaur, just not a fossil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, roll clever, and then
I just like panic. Clever. That's an 11.
okay, you can see that this maintenance shed does have an old computer, and the power is on in there.
You got that USB handy?
Doesn't seem like the time for this, but here you go.
Power that puppy up. Go take a look
This
what's
is
on
definitely
here.
helping me.
Right. It
Maybe
just
they're
says that they
robot
find something
dinosaurs.
useful.
Yeah.
What's going on, Bobert?
I'm going to try and run for the shed.
Okay,
Yeah.
give me a run roll then.
Yeah, this could go real badly for me, but whatever.
Laszlo's probably like just inside the door. 'Cause
I got 10, a 9.
Can we say that I'm not a complete asshole and I like at least hold the door open for you for just a moment, assuming you have the ability to get in?
Yes. So on a 9, you get to a new location, which would be the shed, but you're still being pursued, or you escape the threat into a new perilous situation.
the peril in the shed is the computer.
Windows 95.
It's like dial up. It's like
No.
Oh, God. What would be the perilous?
It's not Windows 95. It's Linux.
Oh, no.
None of us knows Linux.
That's true.
I guess that we would run to the shed. I guess they could still be like clawing and trying to get at the shed, it's all rickety shed, so maybe they're still pursuing.
Sure.
And then I'm like trying to stab them through any cracks.
Yeah, they will break into the shed at some point if you don't get away. You've got the computer up, you plug in that USB, and you can see a bunch of files. Whoever had this, the person that was killed by these things, there's all sorts of stuff from competing company. They wanted him to steal the DNA coding. So you have all this, like, you've got a bunch of sequenced like DNA codes for the dinosaurs. You also can see there are what look to be like, like do not open on this on your computer files, basically like viruses that can be put in. You kind of have an idea of what has happened, like, and you can see some of them are marked for like this one will bring down all of the like communications. So you've solved the thing of why you've lost contact is because someone has sabotaged all of the systems here. This computer not plugged into any internet. It's just like a little work computer here, which is why it's still working fine. So you've discovered that, and then you hear a rumbling outside and the sound of thunder as a monsoon has swept in on the island. You start hearing rain and wind.
This is the purple clouds I was telling you all about between makeout stories.
It might be that bad. It might just be a regular monsoon. Neither is good to be stuck out in the open on a tropical island during
monsoon season?
Dinosaur attack?
That is, we have entered our extinction event phase as a powerful monsoon is hitting the island. You really need to get out of here before that.
Good luck flying a plane in this.
It's going to be trouble. And here's a song from a band we like.
This is an instant nightmare, and it's your cross to bear. We can't do what you're saying, not even on a dare. This is an instant nightmare, and it's like we'll never wake up. I know you're trying so hard to be or not to be a fuck up.
That was Instant Nightmare by the Deers. And also in this episode, you heard 36 and their new song, Samuel. If you enjoyed this episode, please follow Dungeon Punks on all of our socials or check out patreon.com/dungeonpunks. For as little as $5 a month, you can get early access to episodes, bonus monthly talkback episodes, deleted scenes, and, maybe a few more goodies. Dungeon Punks was produced by Kirk Hamilton for the Podcasts of Doom Network.